Hello and welcome to GPTV on Tuesday the 27th of September. My name is Gary Peer.
And I'm Jeremy Rosens, Gary.
And
Very
look
exciting.
Look who's dropped in. It's Julie and Sasha on the block.
Well, we've actually dropped in on them. They haven't dropped in on us.
Right.
Clear on that.
It's hotting up on the block, isn't it? It's all
It is
happening.
absolutely
it's all
hotting
happening. And it's a hard-hitting interview today. I haven't prepared Julie or Sasha for any
You
of the
do look a
questions.
bit like Ray Martin, though.
It does a little bit. Yeah.
No, is that a good? Was he? Oh, wait,
He was a good
he
interviewer.
good.
Let's just leave it at that.
No, who was the one that had a few episodes with the alcohol at the end of their career? Was that Ray Martin?
That's probably most of the people on
fair
TV.
enough. Oh, he was one yeah,
Block contestants.
Is that why I look like him? Is that right?
A little bit.
Now let's just. We're going to talk about things today that haven't been discussed. It's
Yep.
all new, groundbreaking.
This is like the
information.
uncut version.
This is the uncut.
Right.
This is
Exposed.
behind the scenes, exposed, uncovered,
Yep.
and hopefully it won't be botched. But it's all good. So we've got some history together, haven't we? Because we met in Hotham Street, and that was a little while ago. And then we had the pleasure of representing you in the sale of your beautiful home in Elstonwick, or it is
Acacia
Acacia
Street.
Street. And that was fun, wasn't it?
That was amazing. You
Is
guys
that-
did a great job. We got a great result. The house was beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah, we loved it.
And I don't think a lot of viewers know this, but it's quite, because we kept it in the bag for a long time. But the
Indeed.
buyer
Yes.
was Sam from The Bachelor. Sam, and is it Sneezy?
Snajana.
Yeah, it's not the little dwarfs, Gary. It's actually...
Well, they call it, is it a sneeze?
They call it Snaj.
Close, Gary. Snedge.
Starts with an S.
Snares.
Yeah.
Anyway, now that broke new ground, and one of the things we did is we did a video, and we'll show on the screen a little bit because you, Julia, talked us through the house, and you did you finally got Philip Kingston's mush off the.
Just
off the,
before you talk
sorry,
about that,
go on.
because I want the viewers to know,
Yeah.
and I'm not sure whether you were there that day. I know you were there that day, but I coached you through that whole video.
Taking the
I
credibility. He's taking the credibility.
I'm responsible for basically everything that you are today.
Not just
with
real
TV.
estate
But
agent,
you
talent
weren't
agent as
responsible
well.
for the fact that Julia was like that down
No, I
the
was.
hallway.
I told her to do that.
Well, that's like gone into video tour history, hasn't it?
It has.
Oh, yeah.
And my
Walking
wife
down
went and bought the dress that she was wearing that day for some reason.
Like, you know,
Setting
someone told me
trends.
in America that when Ivanka Trump did the speech, there was like 110,000 of her dresses that she made the speech in that day. But that's a whole new topic because I don't know if we should talk about Trump, but let's talk let's talk about trumping the competition here on the block and getting a great result. So you did a great job of that house. It was a very successful sale. We had a lot of fun working together.
We did.
had so much fun.
And I guess unlike maybe some of the other contestants and agents, we've actually got a bit of history. So we've got that fire, we've got that passion. We're very excited
I think,
to
Gary,
represent you, ladies. And
We
you
may
did a
be
great
the
result.
only agents in block history
Yeah.
that actually know the contestants before the blocks actually come about.
And you know, I had this creative thought because you've got the Bachelor and the block.
You and your creative thoughts
So
are just-
I had
they're
this.
not together.
So I thought maybe you could do like the best Bachelor on the block or something like that, and combine the two. You know,
that's a
and
good idea.
have a Bachelor meets the block, and instead of giving a rose, you could maybe give
Hammer?
a light fitting or a helmet or something like that. Yeah, that would be.
And that's why
idea,
you're such
isn't
a
it?
good real estate agent.
That's exactly right. I thought that was a good idea. And instead of maybe revealing a room, maybe the Bachelor could reveal a bit of his body or something like that. We could combine the two together, make it a bit of a risque thing.
He's an ideas man.
Your
He's
thoughts?
an idea.
I actually think, Gary, I've said this before,
Yeah.
and I know I say this in the absence of
I know
Phil.
whatever you're going to say now is not going to be great for me.
You have absolutely, categorically, 100% lost the plot completely.
Let's talk about you two. Let's talk about the backstory of you two. Can we
Okay,
do that?
let's do it.
So when did you two meet?
Sasha,
We met, yeah, well, last time I actually said when we met, I actually said the wrong year, but that was all right. So
Well,
I'm
we
just
won't
going to
ask the
say,
year. We won't ask
I'm
the
just
year.
going to say we've been together 4 years, and we met at our work back then in the software company.
There you go.
Exciting
The most
software.
exciting thing that's happened in
Yeah,
software.
it really is.
So do you refer to time in o'clock or o'block now? Because when you have the specials, the
question.
7 o'clock or 7 o'clock, do you still talk in o'clocks when you talk about the time?
Do you
or
know
is
what?
it
A bit of both. I think when we're talking about the episode, it's probably a block.
Does anybody whistle when it's bedtime? Tools down, go to bed.
And let's talk about before the block. Life, careers. Now you, Show Pony Interiors is the
Yeah,
business.
so
I remember the name and I remember some of the great work you do. Tell us about that.
Correct, thank you.
Yeah.
So I was working as a property stylist before coming onto the block, so I've been doing that for about 12 months
Okay.
before this started.
Was that fun?
It was so much fun.
Yep,
Property
good.
styling is fabulous.
Yep.
I love it. Doing some work for myself and then another amazing company, the real estate stylist. So that was great. And then Sash was
Software.
software
It's all
sales.
about software.
And is that
You
can't really say
well,
because
because
everyone laughs when you say, and they're like, really, it's not interesting.
and
For some it is.
is it back to software? You're still working with software? You
So
haven't break-
yeah, no, it's
Okay.
back to software. So back to my normal
Back to
life.
work.
Yeah, back
Okay.
to work and keeping the bills paid.
So let's talk about getting on the block. When you found out you got on the block, was that an exciting moment for you both?
Oh gosh, it was
And
so
was it a
exciting.
hard process to get on?
It was tough. I think 11,000 couples applied, which is massive. And we applied on a whim with a couple of hours to go before the cutoff, thinking as if we'll even get through.
That is incredible.
Applied, got a call to come for a casting.
Wow.
We had a few little hurdles to overcome before we
challenge.
had to do a challenge. And then had a Skype date with some producers, sat in front of the computer, and then Scotty got on. And Scotty said, girls, you're on the block. And that was just incredible.
amazing.
And then we had about, I think, a week's notice before we had to come and start.
And we knew it'd be
crazy.
hard, but we had no idea how hard it would be.
That is-
It was really hard.
I'm staggered by that number, I've got to tell you. I wouldn't have known that. So you're 11,000 to 1.
Yeah.
That's about the chances of me back in the win of the Melbourne Cup. But that is...
But you'll still have a go.
Yeah, you'll have a crack.
But that is extraordinary.
Extraordinary.
So congratulations. So,
Thank you.
And you got accepted as contestants, you were elated, and now you're immersed in it. And compared to what you thought it would be, how has it been?
It's full on. I think it's much harder than we were prepared for and much harder than it looks on television.
Yep.
You have a camera in your face from 6 a.m. till midnight basically every single day. You don't have one day off. You eat terribly. You have to create an entire room from rubble in 5 days. So it's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
But it's also wonderful. It's a whirlwind.
And what we've seen here is, I've got to tell you, it's unbelievable. We have so much fun representing you, and it's a credit to you both. 'Cause
Thank
you've
you.
done the most unbelievable job.
Thank you.
It's very
Yeah,
exciting.
we're so happy with our
it's
apartment.
great.
I don't want to say anything that I shouldn't say about the other apartments
You
because
know
they're all
something.
lovely.
You know something. You see, when you watch those.
I like to
movies-
preempt
I
what
wanna
I'm
say,
about to
you know,
not do.
When you watch a Western, right, the old Western, someone walks in and says, "We don't want any trouble around here."
Yeah.
What's going to happen?
There's trouble.
Right? Everyone's going to get killed, right?
Yeah.
So it's like when he says, "I don't want to say anything. I'm already."
No, what I don't want to do is I don't want to denigrate or degrade the other apartments. But in my humble opinion, not just as the selling agent here, this apartment kills every other apartment in here. It is the most consistent from front door to back door. It is exquisite. And the judging that I've watched, I know that you're a very avid watcher of the block, Gary. Every night you're up at 7 o'clock.
I watched when there was all these fights and sadness. I got angry. I found myself getting really angry.
Thanks, Gary.
So it's this one, and I shouldn't swear, but it's that much better than anyone else's.
Okay, you didn't swear.
Because I shouldn't.
Okay. So let's talk about the other contestants' life on the block. Is there a fierce camaraderie for the other contestants?
I think it starts, at the beginning where everyone's kind of friends and everyone's getting along and everyone's trying to be nice
like
and
first day of
stuff like
school.
that.
You work out
Exactly.
the bullies and.
But it starts to get competitive and it starts to, you start to come up against the other couples in certain ways, and everyone wants to win. Everyone's here, to build the best apartment they can. So I think it starts to kind of change a little bit as the season goes on.
Well, it is a competition.
It is a competition.
Let me ask you a political question. So, talking about other contestants, let's just talk a bit about the camaraderie. Is there a camaraderie? I know there's competition, but is there, if you didn't win, is there someone who, like politically, you'd like to give your votes to, your preferences to? Is there somebody else that you would like to see win? If it couldn't be you, if tomorrow there was a scandal and you were out, who would you hand it all over to?
I'd be heartbroken.
Look, I think we would be happy for anybody to win. Every single couple that has come on the show has given their heart and soul to building their apartment. They've given it their all. They've sacrificed a lot to be here. So really, everyone is a worthy winner.
Yeah, that's great. But who do you really?
He's not going to be satisfied with that. Okay, well that was a very diplomatic answer.
Very.
So now you are the only Melbourne team, aren't you?
We are the only Melbourne team.
Okay.
Yeah, the boys are the closest, obviously, being Geelong.
So you're going to be like the Western Bulldogs, like everybody's going for you. Now. So do you feel a weight when you've got the entire of Victoria on your side right now?
I think that's lovely.
Yeah, I think it's great. Bring it on.
Yeah, I think it's lovely. You can't get enough support.
Well, there's no question that everybody in the state wants you to win now. So you're down Victorian. And is it all consuming? I mean, is your life like are you sleeping thinking about the blog? Is it like full on? You wake up and this idea comes in your head and it just doesn't stop.
Yeah, when you're on the block, it's totally consuming for the 3 months that we're filming and obviously building, but then even reliving it when it's being aired, it's then still consuming. So it's a long 6 months.
So there's no spare time. You're just, there's not a minute where you can stop painting and go out and have a...
And what's the earliest you've been here and what's the latest you've left here?
Well, look, when we were doing the show, we were here all the time. We would never sleep on a Friday or Saturday night, so you're up for a full 48 hours or more.
Wow, last time I did that, it was a long time. I wasn't
We don't want to know what you were doing at that point, Gary.
I won't even talk about it.
So it's like just no sleep, full on.
No, there's no sleep.
And are others the same as well?
Yeah, absolutely. Wow. So your week runs from Monday to Sunday. So you start the week on a Monday, room reveals on a Sunday at 9 a.m. You have judging late Sunday night. So that's how it runs. And towards the end of the week, there is just so much to do that you do not sleep.
Yeah, amazing.
So it's insane.
So what's the best part of it so far? What have you loved about it? Because I know you've had some
other than filming this.
Other than this is the highlight naturally. What's been the next best highlight that you've had?
I think for me, it's been the ability to step back and look what we've created. Look at something that's just literally come out of rubble, and know that we both put our heart and soul into it and created something so beautiful is what I take away from it.
That's great.
I think as well, just having access to such amazing suppliers that in our first renovation we couldn't necessarily afford, but we have put real marble all throughout this apartment, really expensive fixtures and fittings, and for me that's been really fun.
Yeah,
it's been it's very lavish. There's no question about it, and the quality's here. What's been the hardest part about it?
The hardest part was definitely, I think, the sleep deprivation and the pressure of filming the actual show. And missing
poor Coop, who was well looked after. Trust me.
You can't bring the dog here when you're doing the
No.
Sorry for asking.
No.
And funniest moment? You must have had something that's happened that was a very funny moment.
I think just watching myself back crying at really stupid things.
No, I have one.
Sorry, did you say watching you cry?
Yeah, actually watching myself
cry. What about
cry
Waterworks over here?
I know, but when I couldn't get that bed in the van in the first day of the first challenge, I mean, that was just that's horrific.
My favourite moment, and it wasn't on television because they just missed capturing it with the camera, but we were doing a photo shoot and we were leaning against some scaffold, and Sasha, after the photo shoot was done, stepped away from the scaffold and the scaff ripped what we thought was just her jeans, and she felt a lot of cold air, and it turns out it took her undies as well.
And then 5 seconds later, I look up at the scaffold, and there are my undies still sitting on the literally tore off.
Yeah. Good undies too.
That's your story. You're sitting to
that's it.
Fair enough. Did you ever feel like giving up and just leaving? Has it ever been like? Because I know there's been some heartbreak.
Yep.
Is it ever like, I'm out of here, bugger this? Was it?
It's quite timely.
Never quite timely. No, never long term. I think it definitely gets very stressful in the moment. And the thing about the block is when it becomes overwhelming, you can't go and sit on your own because there's a camera and there's a person behind the camera and the audio person and the producer who's sitting with you. So I think definitely sometimes there was the need to escape and just get away from the block, just to have those people, as lovely as they are, not right there with you. But never long term.
Can we put it on record now for the viewers out there? Because we've just come off the back of a reveal of this awesome room where you were depicted as going away for what appeared to be a very long time.
Yes, it wasn't.
Can you give us very quickly the facts of that? Because I believe you actually were physically not well. You were all had bad flu.
Yeah.
And how long were you actually gone for?
So I was actually gone for a little bit less than 30 hours. So I left at, I think, 4 p.m. on or maybe
so
later.
Slept out.
About 6 p.m. on the Thursday, and I was back first thing Saturday morning.
I saw that, but you drove off, didn't you?
Yeah.
But
I also too. I also sat down with her and said to her, you need to just go and rest because she'd had the flu for about 2 weeks, and here in this environment, as Julia's saying, no sleep, no rest. There's no peace and quiet. You can't get better. You can't recover. So it was better for her to go away and try and get rid of it.
I'm all for it. I just wanted to clear the air because
I
feel, Gary, if you've been watching the show, which I know you have,
I have watched
that some couples have been depicted in not the best light.
Well, let me ask you this.
I think it's very unfair.
I did see something that raised that question. Now, you're an interior designer, so is that possibly, is it political? Does that create some jealousy maybe? Is there extra weight on your shoulder because of that, do you think?
I don't think it creates any jealousy, but I think the judges certainly had a higher expectation
And that's a
of
bit of a weight,
us.
isn't it? That's a bit of an impact.
Totally. And you know, there are definitely some spaces that we put together and we simply ran out of time, you know, we kind of just couldn't come together that particular week to make it as fabulous as we wanted to. But the beauty about our apartment is we went back, we fixed all those spaces. We haven't gone in and done anything too crazy here, so that any buyer can walk in here and just think it's so stunningly beautiful. They can all visualise themselves living here. And that was why we wanted to create simple but beautiful spaces, when sometimes the judges wanted us to put a big wall installation in or something like that. But that alienates buyers.
I think if you do it well, which you've done, it's consistent throughout.
Absolutely.
And I think
at the end of the day, you know, the judges can judge you, but it's the public that really should judge you, isn't it?
That's right.
And they've got good form based on their last sale in Acacia, which went through the roof because it was done to a T.
But I did watch that episode where you were very sad, and I wanted to...
Which one's that, Gary?
No, well,
He makes jokes.
he
You're
does.
funny, Jerry. You're funny.
Right. Listen, I'm glad you told him, because I've been telling him for a long time. The judges were giving you a hard time. They were talking about some light in the bathroom and you were upsetting.
Sconces, Gary, sconces.
Sconces.
Thank you. We love the support.
Yeah,
look,
I wanted to go and confront that judge.
Me too. Don't you worry about that.
I wanted to fight that man, but then if I would have fought and not been on, we would have got kicked off the job, and then some other agent would have
And we wouldn't have
represented
had
you.
that. We would never go with anyone
The
else.
fight, not the battle, Gary.
That's right.
How are you coping with your new celebrity status? Now, is life different for you? You go out together, people must recognise you. What's that like?
Are you talking about the video from Acacia Street? Because that's when she became a celebrity. Just so you know.
It's got nothing to do. I'm talking about that. I'm talking about the Acacia Street sale. So tell me, what happens now for you girls? You go out.
The first few
Has
weeks.
it happened?
Yeah, it has.
Does it happen a lot?
A lot.
Okay.
We were here last week just to drop a few things off and do a few touch-ups, and it took us an hour and a half to get out of the building because there were lots of fans out the front, which is lovely. People love the show. They're so excited, and they recognise us, and they just want their photo, and it's really, really lovely, and we're very appreciative.
But we get to do some amazing things. We get to do some like meet and greets and stuff like that. Yeah, the show on the weekend. So, you know, that stuff's fun. Yeah. The kids love it. Which is great.
And they're just excited, and it's really nice.
It's all good, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
You're creating something beautiful, you're going into a commercial venture, and you're having fun and experiencing every emotion through it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we love it. So has it changed you, the block? Has it changed your life? Has it changed? I mean, it must have changed your life right now. Yeah. But has it changed you in terms of?
Yeah, I think for me it definitely has. You know, I think it's given me a lot more confidence that I can do a lot more than what I think I can. Yep. And it's given us a new outlook on what we want to probably do with our careers and our lives as well. So, you know, we love renovating, we love styling, we love property. So, you know, I think that's probably the direction we're going to head in anyway. So it's given us that confidence.
So let's talk about life after the block. What does that look like? Because it's going to be all over once that auction's over. Yep. And then, you know, what happens then? Do we go out and do some renovations? Do we do some improvements? Are we going to find some nice properties for you to buy and add value to yourself? Because we want to do that with you.
Absolutely.
And we'll have some fun. And what about Show Ponies Interiors? Are you available for people? Because there will be people that will see the incredible work you've done. Yep. There are so many people out there that want to renovate and improve and add on and build and construct. Are you someone that they can contact?
Yeah, look, absolutely. I'll still be freelancing for the real estate stylist. They're an amazing company. But yeah, definitely also taking on private consultations just for styling tips and things like that.
And for us, our video tours, we talked about that.
Yeah, we have.
Those for you?
Let's
do it. You're doing those for us?
Let's do it.
Exclusively
it's on camera now.
Of course, I know.
That is a representation guarantee and warranty right there. So let's do it. Now, Jeremy is handling the sale. As you know, he's currently the REIV Salesperson of the Year. He's had 2 years running.
Back to back.
Oh.
We love practice.
So they have knocked themselves out for
it. So that's exciting, and it would be encouraging. Have you heard the latest news?
No.
Okay, so
sure.
the nominations for this year's Salesperson of the Year are up, and he's not in the finals this year.
Gary, can we have a new agent?
Well, that's what I was about to say. It's been great. Thanks so much. Thanks, Scott.
Bye-bye.
That's good. We got rid of it. I was going to offer you that because Leon from our office is in the finals. So,
but he only half won it last year. He only half won it.
So I think it's big news, that whole back-to-back thing.
Gary, I just want to qualify that statement because what I decided this year
very
was
defensive now.
It's not about the individual; it's about the team.
Yes.
And I think you've left out some really crucial information here, Gary.
Okay.
That the St Kilda office is a finalist in the
category of best office in Victoria.
Correct.
Small office.
I literally threw myself on the sword and took one for the team and said, it's not about me this year, it's about the team.
Oh, there's no I in team. That's
correct.
Okay.
And you've already got
Plus,
the
I need to
title.
focus on some important things.
That's right.
Like the block.
That's right.
Fair enough. That's a sacrifice he was willing to make for you ladies.
Fantastic.
There you go.
That's
Now,
why we love him.
Philip Kingston's doing the auction, and we could stop him because I've had the pleasure of auctioning for you. Jeremy also a very good auctioneer, but Philip, we can't say no to him because he's obsessed as an auctioneer. Do we think Melbourne's ready for Philip Kingston to see him on the?
I can't wait.
Australia.
I can't wait for Australia to see Philip in action.
It's
We
gonna be
have
unbelievable.
seen him in action at many auctions.
Yeah.
You know,
He's
we
a
love
freak.
to come for the free
I've
coffee,
also told
guys.
him, like I told you, that I will also be responsible for him because if he gets a gig as a, he's going to, something will happen, you know. So
Something will
he'll end up being an auctioneer for some, I don't know, he's going to leave us.
Well, he's in New York at the moment. Last time I was in New York, he caught up with Rupert Murdoch of all people.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he did. But he is. So who knows? You might not make it back.
But it'll be because of us.
Probably.
Like,
but
we're here because of us. On the block.
he's obsessed as an auctioneer. We've been friends since we were 14, and when he was 18, he was living in an apartment. He got thrown out because he was doing auctions in the shower, and all the sound was travelling down through all the other apartments.
Hilarious.
So that's
That
a
is
true
hilarious.
story. So he is amazing. But I think the world is ready for him. We're going to see him, and it's going to be very, very exciting. So we're getting close.
Business
Time's
end,
over.
Gary. We're only a few weeks away from releasing this amazing apartment to the public.
Yep. I want to just ask couple of other questions, if I can, just about because you've got an amazing sense of style. Who are your influences? Where did this come from? Where did you realise it?
Oh, look, I think coming onto this particular block, we wanted to be respectful of the heritage of the building. We don't love Art Deco style, but we love elements of it, and those elements such as the gold, the velvet, the rich colour palette is evident in Hollywood Regency style.
Yes.
We spend a lot of time in LA.
Well, this feels like one of those old style New York hotels almost, or one of those beautiful.
That's what we want it
lobby
to
is
feel
incredible.
like the old, and at least it's old Hollywood to us, and that's what we wanted it to feel like. It feels
That's
really
right,
luxurious,
yes.
really expensive.
Yes.
We do spend a lot of time
Lavish.
in LA, and we sort of wanted it to feel like the Beverly Hills Hotel.
Yes.
And so that's what we've tried to do here, and I think we've achieved that.
Yep. Absolutely. So we have got a special preview tonight, and you're going to be here.
VIP, Gary. VIP viewing.
And it's okay for you to talk to buyers and engage with them.
Absolutely. Show them around, show them what we've done.
How exciting is that? So
So
thank you. It
exciting.
is going to be Wednesday the 19th at 7:30 p.m, if I'm not mistaken, Jeremy.
That is correct, Gary, 7:30 here.
So please contact us on ideas@garypitt.com.au. Is that
That's the one,
thing?
Gary.
Ideas@garypitt.com.au. If you want to come get a special invitation, there are limited numbers.
7:30 start time.
7:30 start.
should
Meet
tell
the
people where we
girls.
are,
Come along.
Gary.
Okay. Well, I think that we people know. But what is the actual address
I'm
here?
not sure they know the exact address.
Okay.
Because it is 164
Yes.
Ingle Street in Port Melbourne.
Yes, indeed.
You'll see.
We and all of Melbourne are behind you. We are going to
Thank
be
you.
doing our best to get the best price for you. We want you so badly to win, and we're
Thank
so
you.
excited for you.
Very
so,
excited.
Let's hear it for the girls on the block. Thank you for being on, and what a great thrill.
Thanks for having
all the
us.
big team going
Thanks
for
for
it
having us,
together.
and we'll see you
Pleasure.
at the preview.
We're excited.
We'll see you on the preview and speak to Jeremy and his team if you want to come through any other time. The Open for Inspections is also starting soon, but we're looking forward to the big event. The auction of the block is on
The 12th of November.
Saturday, the
We
12th of
can't.
November.
We don't know what time.
Put it in your diary. You
Because
don't know
we
what
need to win
time.
the
That's
right
one of
time
the
slot.
That's right.
that's one of the strategic things you have to watch out in the
Maybe
block
we
for.
should also have a little game here for the viewers out there. 'Cause I know
yes.
Philip loves to give stuff away.
Yes.
Why don't we get some viewers to send in what they think would be the preferred auction sequence, where they'd like to see the girls get
great.
in auction numbers, and perhaps you could give them, I don't know, a house or something like that, Gary? That'd be nice of you.
Just what I was thinking. Yes.
A little
So in
two-bedroom
tune with
house.
me, isn't it? It's great. Okay, for sure. Well,
So
we'll
just
find
also email ideas at garypeer.com.au for where you think the girls should put their auction preference in terms of order 1 through 4.
Okay, we'll do that, and then we'll put a draw, and we'll draw out some winners, and we'll go out. For
Only
a
one
bunch of
can
time.
win though, Gary.
Only one can
Only
win.
one can
Okay.
win the
All
house
right.
that you're going to give them.
Good
Amazing.
luck. Good luck, ladies. We look forward
Thanks
to
for
seeing
being
you
on the
on the
show.
block. Thanks for being on the
Thank
show.
you.
And go Julie and Sasha
Yay.
on the block.
Yay.
Thanks, guys. Bye.